Okay guys, so next one is progressing or regressing using either a two limb exercise, both legs, both arms, or all fours, or using just a single leg, single arm, that way. So very basic. If you move from bilateral, that is two leg or two arm, slowly to a unilateral or a one leg or one arm, the stability requirements of the body increases, because let's say you're using two dumbbells and you're standing on your feet. The body requires least stability here, and you're able to perform the exercise with your body, giving the full base of support, getting the full base of support from your legs. Gradually, if you move to single leg, now your core has to work that much harder to keep you straight, to keep you standing, so that you can perform the lift, whatever you're lifting with those dumbbells. Now, in the last image, if you remove one weight and you have only weight in the left hand, and your right leg is on the foot, the left one is not, then if the weight is here, the body will try to shift here. If the leg is here and this one is up, the body will want to drop. So the core has to work that much harder to keep you straight. And that is why this single arm, single leg variation of any exercise is the hardest to do, because it requires the most stability. Now, you must be asking, for example, let's say if I'm doing a strength exercise and if I remove one arm, remove one leg and I do it, I may not be able to do anything with a heavier weight. Yes. For total body strength based compound movements, you don't have to remove a leg or remove an arm. For total body compound lifts, the sole purpose of those lifts is to create total body tension, so that you develop strength. You kind of uniformly utilize all the muscles all together and produce force, and that is how strength is developed. So these single arm or double arm variations are not to be used with total body strength exercise. However, it's not for the strength purpose. However, for supplementary, for accessories, for weakness, for example, someone has a lagging, let's say, core stability. To improve core stability, start with a single limb, do exercises on single limb, but not the total body strength exercises. Do exercises that you do for reps, with a medium weight, you do for higher reps, do for probably, developing the hips. Just do a single leg hip thrust or a hip bridge, glute bridge. A single leg glute bridge would look somewhere like this, on the floor. And this is your knee bend, it's your straight knee. So you are just thrusting up with one hip. So that way you can if you're proficient enough, maybe do one arm push up for reps to develop one side and build more strength, because when you're doing a standard push-up, you're lifting around about 65-70% of your weight. Now imagine doing it on one arm. Usually people, with very high strength standards and endurance and practice, do around, I've seen doing around 20-25 reps, clean reps. So you can do that. This will help you when you are short of weights. Very important factor is that it will make all your light weights feel heavy. Which is a very important factor these days. If at all you're working out at home and you are short of weights, you only have 10-pound dumbbells, you only have 20-pound dumbbells or less than that, use this methodology. If you're working shoulders, do it on one arm, one leg, and see how much your core has to work with it. So that is how a possible progression or regression. So this is a progression. If I'm able to do it, this is a progression. And if I'm not able to do it on one arm, one leg, due to any kind of dysfunction or something like that, then I can obviously regress it to a bilateral and do it, or further regress it to a seated position. Sit on a bench, sit on a chair and do it. That way you're getting more stability. If this is also trouble, then regress it further. I'm using the minus sign for regression to lying supine. As I mentioned, the position doing. Now lift the dumbbells while lying. If this is also not working, maybe just don't use weight. Just use lie supine and try to do some movement, very light maybe, just a light mini bands. So very simple example is how much you can lift with the squat and how much you can lift with the lunge. Lunge is single leg, of course, or a split squat. If you are lifting maybe 300 pounds in the squat, you cannot lunge with 300 pounds. You are going to do it with much lesser weight because of the stability factors that come in. And of course, as I mentioned, push-up is going to, a much tougher variation is one arm push-up or a one leg. Some people do it on a one leg also. Pavel, in his book Naked Warrior has also talked about doing push-ups on one arm, one leg. So that is the hardest of all the push-up variations. And maybe, raise that one leg, that becomes even harder. So this way you are progressing and regressing with respect to unilateral or bilateral exercises.